Hey guys, and welcome to my next reaction to The Walking Dead. So if I am correct, I believe I am, that this episode is going to delve into Beta's backstory, Alpha's backstory, or how they met maybe, all of that, which I think is really interesting and fascinating. And I know that both Ryan Hurst and Samantha Morton are just amazing actors, and so yeah, I'm a bit excited for this episode. Let's get into it. That's a dilemma. Oh honey, oh no. Ah! Oh!
Mama, there's a man.
Oh my god. What? I mean, what a first impression! Goodness.
We don't mean harm.
If I saw that, I would run in the other direction, even with walkers.
Can you talk?
Like, can be very uneasy. Okay.
Mama, I don't like this, please.
Me neither. Me neither, Lydia.
One, I do not die easily. Two, you must also kill my daughter, because I will not leave this earth without her.
Oh.
One night.
Thank you. Is there water?
I mean,
Is he a monster?
that was kind of nice, I guess.
We're all monsters now.
Like it's burning right into our skin.
Stop it. Your head's in the clouds again.
You're not allowed to enjoy the sun as a whisperer.
She'll let you behind when I have a chance.
Wow, that's nice. That's really sweet.
Were you singing?
Wouldn't call it that.
Don't do it again.
Those of us strong enough to still be alive out here. Know each other on a ground level.
Sound of the Dead. It's the only song I never want to end.
That's a statement. Oh, this girl and her son.
Sister, focus.
Ah.
You will pay.
Uh-oh. Oh God. What? What is? No.
Stop!
Your child broke her.
You will never understand how it feels to abandon your child.
Ooh.
I don't want it.
You've never spent
I don't want it. I want to be more like you, Mama.
Oh. I don't know about exactly like her. You know, I mean.
I've waited so long to hear that.
No.
Because if you can't, I have no choice to leave you behind.
Oh.
Please, Mama, don't ever leave me. I love you, Mama.
Oh my God.
Stop calling me that.
Uh-oh.
Sorry. Please.
Uh-oh.
Remove your mask.
I don't like it, I don't like it, I don't like it. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Wow.
I'll never stray again, sister.
I keep thinking about that place too. It looked so safe. There was lifestyle. We can all go back. We can get.
I wouldn't watch who you talk to like that. Did Beta hear you? Bitch, you're dead. When out of blue. Don't, why would you do, oh my
Do
god.
not question me.
The others have already spoken of the enemy, the life they saw.
It is not alive. It is a fantasy.
They must see it up close.
They will.
When?
Soon.
Oh, I don't like the sound of that at all. Oh god, ouch, 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 ouch. Oh god. All right, we get it, Ryan. You're strong. Oh, it's like bonding.
I like killing with you.
Ew, no, wait, stop it. This is icky.
Well, you're different.
People who knew me before all this would probably say the same thing. For a zombie, man.
So if I'm B, what does that make you?
Hey.
Mm-hmm.
Sunrise.
Oh. Okay. So why does he have that mask on? Is she? Yeah, she's not gonna leave. Now I really love seeing a bunch of insane people bonding over ripping open a dead body. Right? Only in The Walking Dead.
Did you mean what you said before? You wish you'd left me behind?
Escape, sis.
That means yes. Wow. I mean, you can't say they're not good at what they do. Weird. Oh, shit. Uh-oh. Run, everybody, run! Oh, no. Oh my god! That took a turn! Damn! Save an alpha. I'm not surprised. I would not in a million years go like wandering around this place. Oh. So Mom's been busy.
It's just for your bravery and sacrifice. And for putting the needs of the pack above your own. I anoint you, Gamma.
Yeah, it's a cult, right? Like, it's kind of a cult. Like, maybe not really, but like, kind of.
I'm also empty, as Alpha once.
Where is she?
Yeah, I don't believe her. She said that like, I'm totally empty. I have zero feelings. Like definitely love this whole wandering around in the woods with dead people on me thing. I love it. Like, it wasn't convincing. I know you want to prove that you're strong, sweetheart, but I don't know. Huh. That's interesting. That's his shirt.
You lost your way.
Have you?
Oh, shit.
You said she was dead. You want her back.
You shouldn't have come here.
She's never coming back.
Oh, boy.
How much you wish for it. She is gone. Alpha.
She's my daughter.
Oh, no.
She was dead the moment she was born.
No, I don't think that's true.
She was not like me. She was not like me. She was not like me. We're made for this.
She's trying to save you!
But don't you dare ever leave me again, you hear me?
Okay. Okay.
I am the end of the world. I am the end of the world.
Oh, God. Oh, shit.
I can't leave him.
You won't have to.
Oh, 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 no, 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 no. Oh, like, ah!
You must teach them a lesson. The pack will watch.
We walk in darkness. We are free. We love nothing. We are free. We embrace all death. We are free. This is the end of the world.
Mm-hmm.
We are on the end of the world.
Wow. Oh, I kind of got chills at that last part. Oh, okay. All right. Well, honestly, let me just, okay. I have to sort my thoughts. First, I just want to say, in general, I actually really liked that this was the second episode. You know, a lot of what can be really scary. I think the introduction of the Whisperers in the mid-season finale of last season, or I guess that wasn't the introduction, but kind of their first like real showing, I guess. I mean, we saw them before, but in the kind of graveyard scene or whatever, there was something really terrifying about that. And I talked about how I felt like it was one of the, you know, I love The Walking Dead. I don't particularly get scared too often in The Walking Dead. Even though there's like dead people walking around, you know, I guess you get used to it or whatever. But I felt like that was kind of a very scary introduction. And you know, one of the things that's really, there's kind of fear in the unknown. And I was a little worried that as they explained the Whisperers more, or if they, you know, talked about the Whisperers more, which they should, that they would get less terrifying. So honestly, going into this episode, I was like, I really don't, because I knew that it was probably going to tell the backstory of Alpha and Beta and how they met. And I really genuinely didn't want, and you can let me know what you guys were thinking going into it, but I really didn't want some sort of redeeming arc or like, oh, we can see things from their perspective. I mean, it would take a lot for, you know, with some of the things that we've seen to be like, oh, they're just misunderstood. You know what I mean? But like, I really didn't want that. I didn't want that at all. You know, I wanted kind of inherently, and I think they did a great job with this, by the way, but I wanted something that maybe wasn't, you know, I feel like they've done a decent job, you know, redeeming or explaining Negan and, you know, and all that, and his whole arc. And I was like, I don't really want that. Again, I didn't really think that they were going to be like, oh, they're all they're just so misunderstood. They really are like little puppies and kittens, you know. But I was a little concerned. But I actually really loved the fact that they kind of focused more so than like giving us really a ton of sympathy for them. And I think there was a little bit of sympathy in the sense of how she's feeling about Lydia at the moment, but it wasn't a ton of sympathy. It was more like, we're going to explain how these two people who kind of had very similar worldviews before this all happened, you know, found each other. And weirdly, I can't believe I'm saying this, but it's like there's something beautiful about that, but also like terrifying for everybody else on the show, but like beautiful for them, I guess. I really like the idea of finding characters. Now there's if you're really going to boil it down, you can talk about kind of two different types of villains or villains or opposing people that we've come across. Some of them, the world has made them what they are. The world going to shit has made them what they are. And then there's people, I think one of the biggest examples is the Claimers at the end of season 4, that they genuinely were kind of shitty people, and the world just allowed them to be who they were deep down. Terrible rapists and terrible people. But, you know, and I like that they're kind of taking, not entirely, but kind of that aspect with, obviously they're not the same as the Claimers or anything, but I'm just saying, like, they kind of, there's these two people, A and B, that, you know, are, you know, they have this, just the little things that I think were perfection that they were just focusing on, or like lines and stuff where Beta said, you know, I like the sound of the dead. It's the only song I never want to end. I think that's really like an interesting thing to think about. I love Alpha, you know, really kind of saying, I mean, with the ending bit where she says we are the end of the world and that whole thing. I mean, it does. I'm gonna stick with my, you know, it sounds like a cult. It sounds seriously like a cult. And like Gamma just went up a tier. You know what I mean? Like there's tiers in this shit, and then your loyalty for to be. I'm just saying. But I really actually, first of all, and I said this at the beginning of the reaction, but Samantha Morton and Ryan Hurst both, I think, are phenomenal. Acting wise. So it really, you know, when you have two really, really good actors as the focus of an episode like this, where it's not necessarily, you know, the most action packed, it's not, it's you know, something, it's really great because they have all I can, like the best word that I can, they're both very haunting with their performances, and that's, I feel like that's the word that I'm choosing at this moment to describe it. But you know, I liked us seeing them get together. I liked them seeing her kind of, this isn't the best word, but recruit him, or, you know, show him that she feels very similar to him. And I think they did such a good job of showing us that they're probably fairly content that they found somebody who thinks very similarly to the other, but also like that they don't like to feel anything. We don't want to feel anything. We want to feel nothing. Which I think is a really interesting thing to kind of look at, where these two characters, they really want to feel nothing. But the problem with that, leading into other aspects of this episode, is that you are human. As much as you want to convince yourself that you are not human, you are. And that scene where, you know, we find out that she has the bunny and she has this place for Lydia, and that Lydia is not dead, or beta fighting, you know, I really, you know, you could tell in Samantha's performance that Alpha is upset that she lost her daughter. I mean, we got a little glimpse of that with her forgiving the other woman who lost her child. We obviously got a glimpse into that we're pretty positive she's not entirely over this. And you know, but in that performance, you really kind of saw her, you know, really break down about it. And you could also see that she was really frustrated that she was feeling emotions in that moment. And I thought that was a really, really beautiful performance on her part, for that, because you could tell that she was really having a bit of a breakdown, but she was also like so mad that she was having a breakdown, that she cared. And you know, she's trying to convince Beta in that moment, like, she's been dead to me this whole time or whatever, but you know, she's trying to convince herself. I think she cares, you know. She obviously cares. Now, I mean, I'm also of the mindset that they have a very disturbing relationship, or I don't think of the exact right word that I want to say, but even way back then, you know, it's really interesting. It makes sense that you would want your kid to be strong in that type of environment. You obviously don't want your kid to grow up and be weak. It's not going to help them in this world. And we saw that a couple of times, you know, where there's this one of the most underrated moments, I would say, or underrated episodes. I think it's episode 5 of season 4, where Rick and Carl have to kind of, you know, clear the walkers, and he finally relies on Carl. And so before that, it's just and they're just sitting there shooting these walkers together. Very father-son bonding time kind of thing. But up until then, Rick has been really trying to just shelter and protect. There is a moment where you have to say, you know, my child really needs to learn how to survive, or you know. So on paper, there's nothing really wrong with that. It's just the fact that Alpha really, you know, would 100% leave Lydia behind if she did not adapt. And I think Alpha thinks of her love for Lydia, or her care for Lydia, or however you want to put it, as her number one weakness. And it's, you know, something that she's been trying to I think in her mindset has been, if I get rid of Lydia completely, I have no more weakness. But she's not able to bring herself to do it. Or if she has kind of, that, like, actually gotten rid of Lydia in the sense that Lydia is no longer with them, but she's still around. She's still thinking about it. Eventually, it's a really interesting thing, but, is it weakness? Or is it love? So this is love. Oh, God. Well, I really... the other part that I really want to... obviously there was so much going on with Beta, and we did see kind of the origin of him and Alpha meeting. We didn't, like, deep dive into exactly who he was. I loved the moment where he had to... I hated the moment, but I loved the moment, you know what I mean? Where we found how they got the first Whisperer mask, which I believe is still the one that he wears to this day. So I guess that's a significant moment. But I also love that they didn't go into it too much. We're not explaining everything. Like I said, the unknown is a bit creepy, and I think that they're walking that fine line really well. We're going to explain some stuff about their relationship, about their dynamic between Alpha and Beta, but we're not going to give you everything about what makes them tick or whatever. That might happen later. We don't know. But right now, I actually really like the fact that they're not really, going into that too much. You know what I mean? But the one thing that I found to be really interesting, and the thing that I was like, ooh, that's, it was the one random whisperer saying, I can't stop thinking about that place, talking about, like, the hilltop. Yeah. It genuinely, the amount of, like, if you really think about what Alpha has to do to really convince these people that all of that you saw at the hilltop or wherever, that's a fantasy, they'll all be dead soon, whatever, like, their kind of whole philosophy. But man, if I wasn't, well, I don't think I would be a whisperer. Let's just be real. Like, I would, listen, no. I'd just find a way to, like, and I wouldn't, I would take my chances with just the walkers. I'd just rather be eaten, honestly, probably, than deal with that shit. No, I couldn't live like that. I'm not made for the apocalypse in general, but, like, I couldn't live like that. But anyway. But, like, if I was, like, one of the whisperers, and I'm looking at the hilltop, and they all look like they've showered, except for Daryl, maybe. But, like, they all look like they showered, they look like they have food, they look like they can have conversations, and can feel the sun on their face without people getting mad at them. Stuff like that. I would do that, like, that run for the border and be like, please take me in. Oh, God. Yeah. But I find that really interesting. And how is Alpha and Beta going to keep their people in line? What are they going to do for retaliation? I'm assuming there will be. And how, I'm curious if, and you guys can kind of, maybe answer with your thoughts about, how do you think Beta feels about Lydia? Do you think he he just sees her as Alpha's weakness? Do you think he, deep down, even though probably wouldn't admit to himself, has any care or love for Lydia? Yeah, would he go and try to kill her to get rid of Alpha's weakness? Or get her back? Or what do you think? So let me know what you guys are thinking about that. And yeah, I've been talking for a while. I'm really, really sorry, but you know, I just love talking about this show. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this reaction. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye!